行啊，姐，你看姐夫买这卫生纸，这么大一卷，一看就很良心。哎，
哇，你买隐形眼镜，
到底怎么想的？这就是你给我买的，你知道是吧？我可以说话了。
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 行啊，姐，你看姐夫买这卫生纸，这么大一卷，一看就很良心。哎，
哇，你买隐形眼镜，
Abang tukang bakso, mari-mari sini, aku mau beli. Abang tukang bakso, cepat dong kemari, sudah tak tahan lagi. Satu mangkok saja, 5.000 perak, yang banyak baksonya. Tidak pakai saus, tidak pakai sambal, tapi minta pakai kol. Bakso bulat seperti bola pingpong, kalau lewat membikin perut kosong. Jadi anak janganlah suka bohong, kalau bohong digigit kambing ompong. Abang tukang bakso, mari-mari sini, aku mau beli. Abang tukang bakso, cepat dong kemari, sudah tak tahan lagi. Satu mangkok saja, 5.000 perak, yang banyak baksonya. Tidak pakai saus, tidak pakai sambal, tapi minta pakai kol. Bakso bulat seperti bola pingpong, kalau lewat membikin perut kosong. Jadi anak janganlah suka bohong, kalau bohong digigit kambing ompong.
Tadi pesennya nggak pakai saus, tapi pakai kol. Tadi ada lagi yang satunya ya, nggak pakai apa ya? Kalau nggak pakai bakso, tapi kenapa panggil tukang bakso ya? Ah, nggak pakai sambal. Ah, nggak pakai sambal.
Bakso bulat seperti bola pingpong, kalau lewat membikin perut kosong. Jadi anak janganlah suka bohong, kalau bohong digigit kambing ompong. Abang tukang bakso, mari-mari sini, aku
Semangkok saja 5.000 perak yang banyak baksonya. Tidak pakai saus, tidak pakai saus.
相传，每一个学校的角落里都封印着一颗不为人知的神秘石头。石头吸收人们的负能量，茁壮成长，直至被内心纯洁、秉性善良之人触碰，便会解开封印。
是你在说话吗？
放我出来，我可以实现你3个愿望。Hello, everyone. I want. 雕虫小技，我乃怨气的化身，人送外号黑袍梦魇。
少废话，看我的终极阳爆星拳！
在我的幻境里，你觉得你们还能用超能力吗？简直是贻笑大方！
不是贻笑大方吗？
可恶！算你命大，早上吃炒米粉忘了擦手了，手有点滑。
你不是刚刚才放出来吗？
闭嘴！一点都不觉得害怕，甚至觉得我在搞笑。看看你们的老师吧。
体育老师呢？
什么？还有个体育老师？我得想办法帮帮这些小家伙们。想要破除我的幻境，营救你们的老师，除非……
我接受你的挑战。
哦，说我的台词吗？有意思。
加油！
第一重幻境，立体几何之境。这个立方体的2根光柱形成的角度是多少？你们有1分钟的时间。怎么又搞错了？
看着像45度。
没这么简单，他们没在一个平面上，我还需要一点时间。
时间到，看来你们注定要被困在这里了。
等一下，我知道答案了。你们看光柱的影子，要求的就是这个角的。
如果将尾端相连，
他们都是正方形的对角线，
等边三角形，
所以答案是60度。
怎么可能？想救他们还为时尚早，感受痛苦吧！第2重幻境，自迷之境。
答案是什么？
答案是……差点把答案直接喊出来了。臭小子，你少耍花招！一定是12生肖的动物之一，你们的时间不多了。我看这个人呆头呆脑的样子，答案会不会就是鹅
？12生肖里没有鹅。
鸡呢？
这个诗的格式怪怪的。
被咏鹅难住了吗？要是答不出来，那就让这暗黑怨气吞噬掉吧。
咏鹅只是误导吧？你明明知道的这诗，却还要故意写成这样的格式，说明答案或许跟诗句本身无关。
第1排有6个字，第2排4个字，第3排1、2、3、4、8个字。
就算能到这一步，答案离你们还是很遥远。谁能想到答案跟手机输入法有关呢？
跟输入法有关，所以我们的答案是。
I'm sleepy. Oh my coconuts! Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, my beautiful coconut. Go to sleep. Go to sleep peacefully. Flame coconut! Are you falling asleep yet, bestie? Is this helping you feel the tingle of coconut? Oh, that's helping you feel the tingle! Hey, let me know if this helps you, coconut! Bestie, I'm balding! The lice ate all of my hair! Help me! Ah! Pluck out the lice, bestie! Pluck, 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 pluck! Pull out the lice! Pluck the lice, coconut! Pluck, 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 pluck! Pull out the lice! Oh my gosh, coconut, look at this lice! It's big and chunky, we gotta eat it! Oh my coconuts! Bestie! Bestie, no, I think it's too infested. We're gonna have to get rid of your weave. You're gonna have to be bald for the rest of the year, bestie. I'm so sorry! Don't worry, I'm gonna make it up to you. I'm gonna scratch your scalp! I'm scratching your scalp! I'm scratching your scalp! Bestie, my grandma is sleeping. I need you to wake her up. Mama Coco! Mama Coco! You gotta wake up, Mama Coco! Wake up, Mama Coco! Wake up! Mama Coco! ¡La cucaracha! ¡La cucaracha! ¡Ya no puede caminar! Porque no tiene, porque le faltan las dos patitas de atrás. ¡Oh my coconut! It's pink! Bum bum! Bum bum! Ba-da-bum! Bum ba-dum! Ba-da-ba-da-dum! Ba-dum! Ba-da-da-da! Oh my coconut!
Starting with the most basic symbols, the plus sign is universally recognized as the symbol for addition. Minus sign, which is essentially the opposite of the plus sign, represents subtraction, but it can also denote negative numbers. Multiplication sign is used to denote the operation of multiplying two numbers together, and can also be represented as a dot. Division sign signifies division, the opposite of multiplication. It can sometimes be written as a slash. Plus minus denotes either plus or minus. Sometimes it can be also used to denote a range of values. Its counterpart minus plus sign is used in conjunction with the plus minus sign. It denotes the opposite sign of plus minus. For example, this expression means that it's either a plus b minus c or a minus b plus c. Both signs can't be the same. The root symbol denotes the square root of a number. With an integer greater than 2 as left superscript, it can denote the nth root of a number. The equals sign, represented by two lines, which are equal in length, is used to denote the equality between two expressions. The opposite of the equals sign is the not equal sign, which indicates that two expressions are not equal. Approximately equal sign is used when two values are not exactly equal but are close enough. Instead of approximately equal sign, we can also use tilde. But tilde also denotes similarity or proportionality. This symbol that looks like an unfinished infinity also represents proportionality. The triple bar or the equivalent sign can be used to denote an identity, but its more common use is to denote congruence in modular arithmetic. The less than symbol is used to indicate that one quantity is smaller than another. Its opposite, the greater than sign, is used to indicate that one quantity is larger than another. If we add a line to the less than symbol, we get less than or equal sign. As the name suggests, it indicates that one value is smaller or equal to another. The same is true for greater or equal to sign. Using two less than signs, we can denote much less than sign. The same is true for much greater than sign. Empty set symbol denotes a set that contains no element. Number sign, also known as octothorpe or hashtag, usually denotes cardinality of a set, which is essentially the number of elements in the set. In symbol denotes membership in a set. Its opposite, not in symbol, denotes that an element is not a member of the set. The set inclusion sign represents that one set is a subset of another set. If we add a line, we get a symbol that also denotes set inclusion, but it is used for emphasizing that the sets can be equal. If we cross that line, we get a symbol that denotes a proper subset, meaning that the sets are not equal. Union represents an operation of combining two sets, which results in another set containing all unique elements from both sets. Intersection denotes another operation of combining two sets. The result of intersection is a set which contains elements that are common in both sets. Set difference is denoted by a backslash. The result of this operation is a set which contains all elements of the first set that are not in the second set. Symmetric difference can be denoted by a triangle or a circled minus. The result of this operation is the set that contains all elements that belong to exactly one of the two sets. Negation symbol is used in logic to indicate the opposite of a statement. OR operator returns true if at least one of the operands is true. AND operator returns true only if both operands are true. Exclusive OR operator returns true if exactly one of the operands is true. T denotes logical constant for true value or a statement that is always true. Uptake represents logical constant for false value or a statement that is always false. Universal quantifier asserts that a statement is true for all elements in a given domain. The existential quantifier asserts that there exists at least one element in a given domain for which a particular statement holds true. Uniqueness quantifier is used to assert that there's exactly one element in a given domain for which a particular statement holds true. Conditional operator denotes an implication between two statements. If the first statement is true, then the second is also true. A logical equivalence operator indicates that two statements have the same logical value. The capital letters written in blackboard bold typeface usually denote the basic number systems. N denotes the set of natural numbers. Z denotes the set of integers. Q denotes the set of rational numbers. R denotes the set of real numbers. C denotes the set of complex numbers. H denotes the set of quaternions. O denotes the set of octonions. U denotes the universal set, which is a set that contains all possible values. In Lagrange's notation, apostrophe is used to denote the derivative of a function. By adding the second apostrophe, we can denote the second derivative, the third for the third derivative, and so on. In Newton's notation, the derivative is denoted as a dot. It is usually used to denote a derivative of a variable with respect to time. Adding the second dot, we can represent the second derivative. The Leibniz notation for derivative represents the derivative of a function or a variable at the top with respect to the variable at the bottom. If we round the d, we get a notation that represents the partial derivative. It is used for a function of several variables. Integral denotes an antiderivative, which is basically the opposite of the derivative. With subscript and superscript, it denotes a definite integral, which represents the area under a curve or the accumulation of a quantity over an interval. Arrow is sometimes used to define a function without having to name it. Function composition is an operation that combines two functions. Logarithm is an inverse operation of exponentiation. Subscript denotes the base of the logarithm. Log without a subscript represents the logarithm with base 10. The natural logarithm, denoted as ln, represents a logarithm with base e. Limit is used to denote the behavior of a function or an expression as its input approaches a certain value. The fancy r denotes the real part of a complex number. The fancy I denotes the imaginary part of a complex number. Using a bar above a complex number, we can denote the complex conjugate of that number, which just changes the sign of the imaginary part of the number. Greek letter sigma is used to denote summation of a series of terms. Capital Pi works the same as sigma, but it denotes a product. Infinity symbol denotes a concept of unlimitedness. It signifies a value that is greater than any finite quantity. Aleph is used to represent the cardinality of infinite sets. For example, Aleph null represents the cardinality of the set of natural numbers. Fracture C also denotes a type of infinity. It represents the cardinality of the set of real numbers. Factorial is an operation that multiplies a number by all positive integers smaller than that number. Binomial coefficient looks like a fraction without a line, but it represents the number of ways to choose k elements from a set of n elements. Absolute value of a number represents the distance of that number from 0 on the number line. The floor function returns the greatest integer less than or equal to the value. On the other hand, the ceiling function returns the smallest integer larger than or equal to the value. Nearest integer function, as its name suggests, returns the nearest integer to a given value. Single line represents divisibility. This line crossed represents non-divisibility. Two lines denote parallelism. And those lines crossed represent non-parallelism. Upside down T represents perpendicularity. Sometimes it can also mean that two numbers are co-prime. Bar over 2 points represents a line segment between those points. Arrow over 2 points represents a ray starting at the first point and ending at the second point. arrow pointing in both directions represents an infinite line passing through both points.
The first number is 1. So what number comes after 1?
Maybe it's 5? Number 5.
Uh-oh.
Try again!
No! Well, if it's not 5, then what is it?
Well, that popsicle is red like you want. So maybe you should get on it?
But what if I fall?
We have to try or we will never know.
Okay, here we go. It worked! Red! Let me try, let me try.
3, wait!
What?
Try again!
That was a close one.
I can't seem to figure out what this next shape is. It looks like a circle, but something's different about it. Circle?
Oh no! 7's going to fall. Ah! Help! Somebody help me!
Got it!
Now follow me. 7! Grab the candy canes!
We'll pull you up. Thanks, guys. If you didn't save me, I would have went down the chocolate ball.
Oh no, the timer ran out.
What's going to happen now?
Look, there's a giant cake falling from the sky.
Look, another one.
We have to finish the puzzle to stop the cakes from falling.
Got it!
The train was going this way, but because I pulled the lever, now the train will go the wrong way, which is a dead end.
Something doesn't look right.
This doesn't look like the right way.
I think we should have stayed on the other track.
Wait a minute, is that a dead end?
Stop the train! I'm trying!
That was a close one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Woohoo!
We did it! Take this.
Thanks.
You earned it.
All right. Time to get back to the others. Red. Wait, the next one is orange.
I'm orange, so I should go next. Orange. There is one more orange to it. Orange. Your turn, 3.
Yellow. There are 2 more yellow Chew-Its. Yellow, yellow. The next one is red again. Red.
Orange. Orange.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yeah! Dark chocolate.
White chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
White chocolate.
Tell me the pattern.
Dark chocolate.
White chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
White chocolate.
Good job. You completed the pattern. Here's a tasty treat as a reward.
Here too, I split the chocolate so we both get half a piece. Thanks for the treat, question mark.
Anytime.